You are watching William Shakespeare's Draw My Life. William Shakespeare was born in a hospital that we don't actually know about. There were no official birth records for William, so people don't know when he was born. But people say he was born April 23rd, 1564, 3 days before he was baptized. He was born in a town called Stratford-upon-Avon. Unfortunately, we don't know much about his childhood, so let's just move on. Sorry about that drawing. When he was 13, he graduated from a grammar school. And 5 years later, when he was 18, he found the love of his life, and her name was Anne Hathaway. Together, they had 3 children, Susanna, and twins Hamnet and Judith. After his marriage, information became pretty rare, but it is thought he spent most of his time in London writing and performing his plays. Between 1585 to 1592, he began a successful career in London as an actor, writer, and part owner of a playing company called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Sadly, on August 11th, 1596, Hamnet, their only son, passed away. But everyone was pretty sad about this, but we don't actually know why he died, because there's some unknown cause, but nobody actually officially knows when he died. No, how he died. In 1599, the Globe Theatre, disclaimer, that is not the Globe Theatre, that's just my thing of the Globe Theatre. It was built in London, where he performed many of his plays. Due to some well-timed investments, Shakespeare was able to secure a firm financial background. Which then led to extra time for writing and acting. The best of these investments was buying some real estate in 1605. This was near Stratford, and it soon doubled in value. When he was away, it seemed Shakespeare didn't really mind being absent from his family. He only returned during Lent, when all the theatres were closed. It is thought that during the 1590s he wrote the majority of his sonnets. This was a time of prolific writing, and his plays developed a good deal of interest and controversy. His early plays were mainly comedies, some of them being Much About Nothing, Much Ado About Nothing, blah blah blah. He also wrote A Midnight Summer's Dream and Histories. I just couldn't be bothered to write it. By the early 17th century, Shakespeare had begun to write plays in the genre of tragedy. These plays, such as Hamlet, Othello, and King Lear, often hinge on some fatal error or flaw in the lead character, which then provide fascinating insight into the darker aspects of human nature. In 1613, his final plays were performed. Some of these plays were Henry VIII, Two Noble Kinsmen, This play was possibly written in 1614. The same year, the Globe Theatre caught fire. It caught fire during a performance of Henry VIII. It then eventually burnt to the ground. Three years later, sadly, Shakespeare did die, and it's a very sad day for lots of people, and he was buried in the Holy Trinity Church, which was the place where he was baptized, and it caused even more tears that he died on his birthday. Yes, he died on his 52nd birthday, which is pretty sad. I'd hate to die on my birthday as well. So yes, he did die on April 23rd, 1616, and he is now dead, which is a bit of a dark thing to say, but yeah, thank you for putting up with my terrible drawings. So yes, just to clarify, he was born on April 23rd and died on April 23rd, 52 years later. So I just want to thank you, and yes, bye.